What's going on, YouTube? This is just going to be a short little video about abortion. Yes, this video is going to be about abortion, and I'm going to rant for a little bit and share my opinion with the entire world. Okay, so why do we even have a debate on the various sides of abortion? You know, the abortion argument is really split into two camps. You have, is it alive, and is it not alive? Does seed plus egg equal life and soul? Now, there was a time in the past where I was against abortion. This was many years ago, but I have since become more educated to medical practices, medicine, science, and my opinion on that stance has changed. Okay? But completely independent of that, completely independent from it, from my own personal opinion, why do we even have this debate to begin with in the first place? I'm wondering, what's the difference between is it alive or is it not alive? Does it have a soul or does it not have a soul? Because if I were female, I would get an abortion anyway, regardless of whether it's alive, regardless of whether it has a soul or not. Does it really matter if it is in fact a person or not? Now, does that sound unethical to you? Well, you might change your opinion if you end up getting raped and getting pregnant. Now, why do we in society nowadays suddenly have this bizarre desire that it's great to sacrifice an adult to save a child which may very well grow up with a subpar life due to that sacrifice? And furthermore, why do we, let's say there's a fire, and there's two people in a burning building. There's this one guy who is in the burning building because he helped everybody else get out, so we already know that this guy's a really good guy, and he's really useful to society, because he's awesome, because he saved like 3 or 4 people so far. And on the other hand, there's a little baby who was the last one because, well, the baby was the most difficult person to get out, and he could save all the other people already because they could walk. And society seems to have this expectation that we're going to go save the baby instead of this really, really awesome guy that we have already. Even though that's mathematically not the viable thing to do. That's not the most practical thing to do, because for all we know, this baby could be the next Hitler. And we already know that this guy is awesome, because he already saved like 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, however many people he saved already. And society places this expectation that we're going to save the baby instead of him, even though this guy's more useful to society, even though this guy's proven himself to society. And we have this bizarro world logic expectation, and no one knows really how to justify this expectation. No one's been able to provide me with objective evidence against abortion that the baby's life, because of the potential for good or bad, is somehow better than whoever is carrying the baby and their potential for good or bad in the future. And in order to mandate that abortion is not allowed, you have to objectively be able to justify this point. And no one's been able to justify that to me. So I guess the key point of my point is, does it really matter if the baby is alive or not? Oh, it's alive, it has a soul. What do I care if it has a soul or not? I'll kill it anyway. Okay? That's just me being realistic and objective, alright? A lot of people like to pretend that they're the good guys, that they're really ethical, and they will claim that they will never do something as heinous as kill a baby. But when they're actually put into this situation, you see, our society nowadays encourages lots and lots of bravado, and lots of bragging over stuff that we may never have done or may never even have to do. But I think that a lot of people, if they're put in the situation where, they're raped and they're forced to carry a baby, or they have an unexpected pregnancy, even though they took precautions against it, and the addition of a baby and the costs that come to that will turn their lives upside down, more people start thinking about abortion. And we somehow see it as right to demonize and criticize these people, even though most of us would probably do the exact same thing if we were forced into this situation. Today's society likes to pounce on and judge the unlucky, the unfortunate, the randomly selected. And to maintain the illusion of our ignorance, we go ahead with this. We accept it. And it just seems really, really ridiculous to me. So I'm going to say this right now. If I were female, if I got pregnant because I got raped, I would get an abortion regardless of whether it is a person or not, or it has a soul or not. It doesn't matter to me. And I don't really see how it can objectively matter to somebody else. And before you decide to tell me what a horrible, evil sociopath I am, have you considered that maybe I'm just evil? Okay? Have you considered that maybe I'm just evil? All right? I'm evil, okay? Now, before you go ahead with that quote-unquote opinion, consider leaving a comment and rationalizing why you think that this is the objective thing to do, to force someone to carry the baby. Explain why and how objectively it is more viable to do this, more reasonable to do this. Because if you don't have something to back your opinion up, then your opinion is absolutely worthless. Okay? So, I'll see you guys next time.